Hey,
Huh? Huh?
bro, I'm about to be done, bro. I'm about
What?
to be so fucking. I just got done with. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. It's like this. We have a similar goal of wanting to get everybody to level 100.
Right.
That's 19 playable characters.
Right. That's a lot.
So that by itself is already, whoo, that's a tall order. Well,
Yep.
I'm just kind of scrolling through Lyria's journal here, looking at the trophies, and I noticed there's a trophy down there that says like give a character over mastery. Okay, what the fuck's over mastery? So I checked
Right.
that shit out, and yeah, it's like the easiest way I know how to explain it is like Paragon, like the Paragon system in Diablo.
I might need a
But
little more explanation if you don't mind.
oh, that's fine, that's fine. But so it's basically once you got to level, I think it was 100 in Diablo as well, or maybe it was 50, I'm not sure, but once you got to the max level basically in Diablo, you got to spend Paragon points for each level you accrued after that. Well, it wasn't necessarily a level, it was the amount of XP you needed that otherwise would have gained you a level. You got a point instead.
Okay.
And you could put that point on anything you wanted to put the point on. I mean, there were specific trees and skills and things like that that you could put on, and that would further power up your character. That's how you have cats doing rifts in Diablo, and they're doing like 2 million damage a hit.
Oh, okay.
Now, in this game, once you have gotten to level 100, we're going to assume by this point that whoever you've gotten to level 100, you've maxed out their mastery tree. It's maxed out. Defense, offense, collection, all that shit's maxed out. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
After that, you can choose to allow them to obtain overmastery, which there apparently, let me go back to the message here so I don't misquote myself. There's, let's see. There are 3 levels of overmastery that you can choose from. You can only pick one at a time. But they
Okay.
each apply 4 random stat bonuses that are probably are specific to the character that you're playing and the type of character. So healers and mages will get different stat bonuses than say cats like Percival or Siegfried,
Okay.
who will also get different stat bonuses than guys like Gondagoza, for instance, because he's like a tank character.
Right. Okay.
So you can choose to do this. So you do it the first time. Costs 700 mastery points just for that.
Wow.
Then let's say you want to do it again. Costs 1,000. Then you say you want to do it a third time. That's 2,000. So that's
Wow.
3,700 mastery points just to level them up. I don't know, and I don't even know if there's shit in between that where you get the overmastery and then you have to accrue a certain amount to where you're allowed to get another level, and then you do it again, and then like kind of like a prestige system, if you will. I don't even know if it's
Ooh.
like that, but what I do know is just from looking at this, you take 3,700 and you multiply that by 19. That's 70,300 mastery points just
For
on
that
this.
alone. Right.
Just
For
on
that
this.
alone. Wow.
That's not. I've already spent thousands of fucking mastery points just where I'm at.
Right. Right.
you know, but apparently, the only reason they put shit like this in games like this is because the end game gets really hard. it gets
Oh.
really difficult. I just unlocked very hard missions,
Ooh. Nice.
and
Nice.
I already see, because like the amount of power they want you to grow to be able to do this is basically a factor of 1,000. you know
Yes.
like there's a like into hard missions, it's like 3,800 by the end of very hard missions, it's like 5,000.
Man, speaking of that, I just tried one of those missions and
Hmm.
I was getting slapped around,
Yeah,
man.
and
Like, wow.
after that, there are extreme missions.
Oh, man.
And we're not even in the realm of talking about that shit yet. But I mean,
Right.
even having everybody at level 60, like, I can see 60 absolutely is the soft cap for levels. It's the soft cap. That's the cap where, like, in Dark Souls, for instance, that's when you would start getting like diminishing returns. But in this case, it's not so much diminishing returns. It's just it takes a shit ton more XP to level up now.
Man, it's been taking forever to level up.
Yeah, it just takes forever to fucking level up now. So to even get this one person or one party of four to 100 is gonna take forever.
Yes,
And
wow.
that's not talking about all the grinding you're gonna have to do because um you have to grind certain materials so that you can get all these different weapons that you can forge at the blacksmith. Then you got to level those up. Then you got to get materials to level up your sigils because your sigils, help with your power. Then that's not even talking about all the side quests that you have to do because you basically have to grind side quests for a respectable amount of mastery points regularly.
Okay, yeah. Oh, man.
This fucking game is about to drive me nuts.
This is a lot,
It's
man.
absolutely about to drive me fucking nuts. And if Final Fantasy wasn't coming out at the end of the month, I would be stuck on this shit.
Yes.
I ain't even played Alan Wake. I've been like, fuck Alan and Wake. Like, I just like, I just said fuck it because like this shit is all is Stranger of Paradise again, bro. And I swear, mark my words, down the line, Drew is gonna get into it like this. He's like, okay, where the video at? And there goes my cue to make all the videos and shit all over again for this shit because this is that deep. It's that fucking deep.
It is, man. It's so good though. Like it's so good.
Yeah, it is. It is. But I don't know. I don't think you understand what this does to my brain. Like I just want to I just want to shut the fuck down when this shit happens. I've been playing this shit since what? It's 11:30. I've been playing shit since 5:30 this morning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's how you know it's real. It's good.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, I just got to very hard missions and I can't even do them. Like I got what? Well, that's not entirely true. I guess I could do them. I need to get rack them up a little bit, but like I mean, I got the strength to probably do them with my main party.
Okay.
But again, I'm trying to get everybody everybody up. So now I got to change. It's looking like I'm gonna have to change my strategy on like how I was gonna do this because everybody that I have so far, at least, is level 60.
N- nice, nice.
Yeah. So there's like I think there's like five more people for me to unlock.
Man, you got more level 60s than I do, man. A lot of my people are still like I think like 40 something.
Yeah, and that's when that's kind of how it gets hard because you just because the only reason I'm getting them to 60 is so that I can finish everybody's Fate episodes.
Oh, okay, okay, nice,
Because
smart.
that's just free stats. Like that's all that is.
Yeah,
It's just free.
true.
It's just free stats. So let everybody get their free stats. So I know what we're working with here. And I'm gonna assume here, just from looking at it, by the time I'm done, everybody will have a power level of like 4,000, give or take.
Okay,
You know,
okay.
with the exception of like Siegfried, and he's almost at like 5,300. But
Ooh,
I kind of got all the best shit on him, so that's probably why. Um,
I feel that I've been spoiling Percival.
Word. I mean, you got to have at least one good powerhouse because somebody got to get to 10,000 first. So
Yep.
so I mean, I dig it. I know who we maining when we go online, but yeah, I mean, it's just it's I fucked with the dregs today, them the cats I'm just not ever gonna fucking play, and I got them up to six. I'm pretty sure. Oh, okay. Well, the other one that's not 60 is Gondagoza. He's needs like four more levels, but everybody else is basically 60. Catalina,
Okay.
who is it? Catalina, Rosetta, and Narmaya are 59, and they're just about there. So I could probably do a mission and they'll be 60.
Nice. See, I need to do that. I need to do that too.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, personally, like, I'm just thinking that outside of just doing all the fate missions, like, that's just gonna help down the line. Because this shit,
Yep.
the hard missions are hard. Like, let's be real here. Like,
Yeah.
the hard
Yes.
missions are fucking hard. The very hard, I did my first very hard mission, and wouldn't you know it, the first very hard mission I did, I got a dragon scale.
Man, when I saw that dragon scale for the first time, I said yes.
And now, them motherfuckers is regular items in the trade shop.
Yes.
So I mean, like that just kind of, and they're considered common. I had to wait until everybody was level
That's
60 for
crazy.
to get a common fucking material. Like, oh
That's
my
actually
god.
crazy.
So yeah, and my theory was correct. So once I just have enough passes to unlock everybody else, I'll just do it that way because I'm pretty sure by the time I unlock them all, they'll be like level 50, 55 or so. So I won't have to do too much more in order to level them up to 60. Just the only thing about it is hopefully not having to do too much to their mastery trees because that's really where the power comes in.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I had what did I have? I had Io and Catalina both at 60, and but I had Io's tree like done, and I didn't have anything done with Catalina. And boy, oh boy, you could see the night and day fucking difference.
Wow.
Those trees really mattered. Like Catalina had to be down like 700, 800 power level points
Ooh,
just because her
crazy.
tree wasn't done.
Crazy.
So yeah, that and she didn't get her free points from the mastery thing. So yeah, there's a lot to do.
It is. Oh
There's a
man.
lot to do. This game gonna make my
It,
head explode.
I heard there was one other reason to consider not unlocking everybody at once.
Hmm.
I think I'm gonna unlock everybody anyway, but if you want to know, I'm gonna tell you because I know you like to really consider this stuff. Uh, so basically, I heard that one of the weapons for each character is obtainable through like a really hard boss, and the hard boss drops the weapon for a random character if you get the drop. So the more characters that you own, the less chance you have of getting the weapon for certain characters, because it'll be random between the characters that you own.
They really put fucking weapons behind RNG.
Just one.
Mm.
Yep, one per character.
That's still 19 weapons though.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Damn.
Yeah, so if you want a weapon for certain characters, I don't know if you want to wait to, expand your crew, but I'm gonna probably just expand my crew anyway. But I just wanted to tell you.
Okay. Well, yeah, yeah, because I just got a couple ascension weapons for Siegfried and Id. Um,
Nice. I saw that ascension weapon for Percival. It said Lord of Flames. I was cracking up.
yeah,
Like, yes,
how fitting. Yeah.
like yes, man. We get it. You're the Lord of
Yeah,
Flames, bro.
man.
Oh man. Right now, it's kind of weaker than one of my other weapons, though. So I wonder if it'll like boost up, like once you level it up a certain amount.
Yeah, it probably is because like they're that's the same for the Siegfrieds and is like they're technically weaker than the ones I have now. But I'm sure once I build it up, of course, then again, it might just serve a different utility. It might not be just like a straight strength weapon or straight
True.
health weapon, you know.
That's true.
But yeah,
Ooh.
there's some kind of trophy for when it's say unleash the power of an ascension weapon for the first time. Yeah,
Yep, I saw that trophy and I was like, what do you mean by this?
yeah, that's either some other kind of quest that you got to do, or just getting it to like 150 or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm curious though.
But shit, we ain't getting nothing to 150 for one. Like, but I mean, with all that bullshit aside, like this shit is paced exceptionally well
It is.
because they allow you to be powerful, but not like stupid, dumb, overpowered. Like you could be a little overpowered. There's definitely room
Mm-hmm.
for that. I've seen it. I've made shit, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not like you're just gonna run over these fucking cats like if you went back to easy and did a mission right now. Like I fought the Quakedile on easy earlier just because I had to farm them little mushroom things, some royal shrooms.
Yeah.
I killed that motherfucker in less than 10 seconds.
Yeah, and it's
You
kind of
know,
cool being able to do that though, you know.
Yeah, I mean just the steamroll. But yeah, these harder ones, like they don't let you just steamroll over these cats. And if they do, you're way more powerful than this. Like to think that my characters could be twice as powerful as they are right now is just an
Right.
insane fucking thought.
It actually is. It is.
And like will have to be to do that super neck deep in game shit.
Yeah. Oh man, I love it. Oh boy.
Yeah, this shit is fucking wild. I didn't expect all this, but it's like I said, and just like Stranger Paradise, you got all this in a $60 bundle.
Yep.
Like
You really do.
this is a complete fucking game, dude. This is a complete fucking game. They didn't even necessarily have to do post launch content for this. With everything that's here,
Yep.
you could have easily spent 100 hours just doing this shit.
Yep. That's true.
Yeah,
That is true.
this is fucking a lot.
It is, man.
Okay,
And
I
then
just
no microtransactions, like.
yeah, not really. I mean, you can buy the rest of the colors through microtransactions, and there's like one little $30 pack for like extra rupees and
Oh, okay.
that kind of thing. Which I mean, shit, down the line, I might need all them damn rupees. So
At this rate, right?
I mean, like who knows? You know, I mean, I'm sitting on a decent stack right now, but I know once I get to upgrading and shit, that shit is gone. Like
Yeah, I'm starting to get broke again. I need to go grind out some more money.
yeah, and I was looking at the trophies for rupees. They're talking about spend 5 million rupees at the blacksmith. Like, bro, I'm really gonna need to do that. Like, are you
5
serious?
million?
5 million. There's another one. Acquire like cumulative. Acquire 50 million rupees.
Huh?
Like like if you
Whoa.
talking about in game shit, that number sounds right to me because you're gonna be spending some coin like that, and you definitely gonna be going through crafting materials and whatnot like that. So I mean, it sounds right, but
Wow.
yeah. So there's a lot here. I gotta take a deep breath real quick because I'm gonna get back into it. I think, but yeah,
Yes,
whew, yeah, this is a lot.
it is. Man, I'm having a blast, man.
Word. And I ain't even gotten the fucking builds yet. Oh my lord.
Right, man.
I ain't even
I've
touched
just been
builds.
leveling.
Yeah.
I've been doing the simplest of things so far.
Yeah. I'm just at this point I call it I'm just farming potential right now. Like
Yeah.
that's literally all I'm doing because once the potential has been farmed to its maximum that it can be, now I gotta figure out what can I do with this shit.
Yep.
How can I optimize it within a party? And they got the battle sets in here. You can save parties just like how they had it in fucking Stranger Paradise. You can save your fucking battle set.
Yep, I did see that. I'm like, oh wow.
Yeah, so this shit is nuts.
It is. It is. It really is, man. Man.
Yeah. I'm out of breath just thinking about it. Hell.
Yeah. Oh boy.
But yeah, we gonna take it step by step.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. I completed the sphere grid with everybody twice. I think I can do this. So
Definitely. Definitely.
it's just gonna take a minute, and I know it's gonna take a minute, which is why I told you at the very beginning. Didn't I say it, Fang? I hope this is that game that you can play for a little while and then set the fuck down and then come back to it. That's exactly what this shit is, because that's exactly what there's so many similarities between this shit and Stranger Paradise. There's way too many similarities.
Yep, man.
And it's kind of getting under my skin how many fucking similarities that there are. Because don't get me wrong, I love Stranger Paradise to death. But I know that I ain't even halfway fucking optimize shit the way I want to.
Oh, okay.
Because if we just doing the math and taking all the rules of the game into account, I know for a fact it's totally possible to have like level 600 or not level 600, 600% affinities with like 6 classes on one class.
Ooh.
I know that shit is possible, and that's kind of like what I want to do. But then, like on top of that, like if we want to talk about hyper optimized, like you might be able to even get, if the math checks out, and I'm right about this, you could potentially get like 10 400% on one class.
Oh, what?
Like, and then like I guess it must be different future. That's the last DLC that Drew and I ain't even got to yet. But affinities go up further. They go up to 800%.
Oh, wow.
So there's some optimization and some building to like go there, and like that's what I mean, like hyper optimized. That's what this shit is basically saying. They say, do you want to play the end game? Okay, you can play the end game. Here's what you do: hyper optimized. That's all that this is right now. It's hyper optimization. And don't get me wrong, I love that shit, but that shit takes a toll on my brain. It does.
Yeah, yeah.
Because that's all you're doing with the sphere grid when you're doing the end game like how I do. It's just hyper optimizing everybody. Now, what I didn't do in Final Fantasy, in 10, that would be the equivalent of this kind of stuff, would be to create my own sphere grid.
Oh, create our own sphere grid?
Yep. And so here's how that would work. There are naturally, you have the sphere grid, and there are default preset nodes that are already placed on that sphere grid. Okay. Well, after a certain point, I think it's after you either capture 1 of every monster in the game or 5 of every monster in the game. I can't remember which, but the guy at the monster arena will sell you clear spheres. Okay. And what clear spheres do are they clear nodes, and they make them empty nodes. So hypothetically speaking, you could go through. Now this would take a ton of grinding for Gil, a ton of grinding Don Tomberry for sphere levels, a ton of grinding Kados for power, mana, speed, and ability. Well, maybe not ability spheres, but definitely power, mana, and speed spheres. It would take a ton of fucking grinding at first for the strength defense, magic defense, agility, all those different kinds of spheres. It would take a shit ton. But theoretically speaking, you could have everybody start at the same spot and then have somebody lead the way. And as you're going node by node, you're clearing nodes. And then you're replacing it with a +4 of something. And that way, the entire sphere grid, by the time you're done, the entire sphere grid is nothing but +4s.
Wow.
So that's 255 in everything, even luck.
Wow, that is insane.
But do you understand how much fucking time that would take?
Right, that is insane.
That might, like, if I ever get back into the hoorah of doing Final Fantasy X again, that will be the absolute last fucking thing that I do. I probably will never play Final Fantasy X if I do that shit. After the fact, I probably will never fucking do it, because like I will have literally done everything.
Right. Wow.
That is like the only thing I haven't done. That in like the expert mode sphere grid, but that's just a different sphere grid, right? Like that's essentially that's all that is. And I think it has like 50, either 50 more nodes or 50 less nodes. I don't know which. It's 50 something. But yeah, I mean, yeah, theoretically you could go through and +4 everything on the sphere grid. And
yeah, wow.
Just be, what they call it? There's a trophy on here for when you do shit like that. It's called overmastered.
Oh, okay.
That's what that shit is, and that's like what they want you to do. They want you to attain overmastery.
Man, wow. The fact that that's possible is crazy.
Exactly, because this kind of shit didn't exist back in the day. Like, not really. I mean, like the only one that I can think of that was like this was 10, because of what the aforementioned, going through with clear spheres and making everything +4. Like, that's like it. Other than that, if you were doing shit like this, you were playing an MMO. Just period. You were playing an MMO. And that's because you had to, because we already talked about Absolute Virtue when Absolute Virtue dropped. Them cats, you don't think them cats was overmastered, and they couldn't touch that boss.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, I'm glad Final Fantasy is coming out at the end of this month. I definitely am, because I would go as far as I would be willing to go, and then I would drop it, and I don't want to drop this game.
Yeah. Yep. I feel that.
I really don't. I don't want to drop this game because it really is fun, and it's just another game that's on that checklist. I told you I got that blacklist of cats I don't buy from. Now I got this checklist of games, not necessarily companies, but games that just they're fully worth the fucking price tag. If you can get them on sale, you're stealing from the company that made it, because this shit it's complete. This is what I remember: paying for a game and getting the whole game.
It is.
And I knew that these motherfuckers were still out here. They just so far and few between. You gotta have a Hawkeye to see them.
Yep.
Man.
But I'm glad they're still here, man.
Yes, I am very glad they're still here, and I'm hoping that these next two that I end up picking up, when Dragon's Dogma and Stellar Blade, I hope they are the same idea for their respective genres.
Me too, man. And that Stellar Blade it's looking good.
Yeah.
And Dragon's Dogma is definitely looking good too.
Yeah, that Dragon's Dogma is going to, like I said, like between all these games that we finna have by the end of like April,
wow.
I don't know that we're gonna need anything else, bro. Like, to be quite honest, I'm not really sure. I mean, I know Drew said he want Helldivers, and I took a peek at Helldivers too.
Yeah.
Looks fun. It looks fun. To me, it looks like a better Earth Defense Force to me.
Okay, yeah, I see that.
It definitely does, and it's got elements in there. I've watched a couple of reviews from notable people and stuff like that, but I guess it's having a rough launch right now, so I'll let them iron that shit out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But definitely team-based game. Definitely team-based game. Not a game that you would really play by yourself.
Yeah, that's how it seemed to me too.
Whew. But yeah, I don't even care that the summer gonna be dry now. We're gonna have so much shit to play. Who the fuck care?
Man, too true.
They ain't said nothing about the fall.
Man.
Only thing slated for announcement, and even this is a rumor, is that they talking about unveiling a PS5 Pro in September.
Okay.
Yeah, they talking about it, but I'm like, dude, I mean, we already halfway there. Why don't we just go the other half and then come out with PS6? That would be more fast.
Yeah.
Because like these little incremental upgrades like this, it's like, I understand why you do them, but I don't think you need to do them.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I definitely don't think consoles need to be, in the same realm like console does it with new releases every year and software updates every year or 2 years or support for X amount of years. It's like my Pixel only gets like 3 years of actual software updates, and then after that it's like security updates, and that's it.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So yeah, I mean, I definitely don't think that consoles need to go that route. But then again, have you heard the news about Xbox?
I don't think so.
There is news, and I called this shit, and this is just the beginning of it, but I called this shit. They pulling a Sega, bro.
Like, what do you mean?
They are about to go heavy into third party support, not just for their console, but for all consoles.
What?
There are numerous games that were initially only considered first party on Xbox that are rumored, and some are slated to be coming on PlayStation and Nintendo.
Oh wow!
And these are like the big releases, like the Hi-Fi Rush and maybe the Hellblade, and I heard some rumors about Gears of War, and I mean like these kinds of games.
Wow.
And if they end up going full throttle into this kind of shit, it will not be but a matter of time before they exit the console market. You know, they'll still be around. You know, they'll definitely still be around, and they'll probably, to be honest, they'll probably be the biggest third party publisher out there.
Oh, okay, wow.
You know, but I mean, like that's kind of the gist. There's more to it than that, but that's kind of the gist. Like they're pulling the Sega, and this is the beginnings of that kind of shit. They haven't exited the console market yet, and I don't think they will for the next few, like at least 5 or 10 years, right? I think that they still want to have a dedicated box, but they have been leaning. I mean, the signs were obvious all the way back in 2018. The signs were obvious. They were buying up all these Western studios. They were buying up, and then they bought up some real big ones. You know, first it was just like some little smaller ones. You know, it was like In Exile and Obsidian, and like those are good. They're real good, but they don't. Their net worth as a company isn't that much. But then they go out and they get Bethesda. Ooh, that's a pretty heavy hitter right there.
Right.
You know, and then the magnum opus, if you will, they go out and they get ABK. That's a huge one, and not only is it a huge one, that's a huge third party one. So you consolidate that shit into your own ecosystem, and then you just push full throttle into that ecosystem. Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you be the top third-party publisher at that point?
Wow, that does make sense.
You know, so yeah, I mean that's kind of what they're doing. That's their game plan moving forward, and it seemed like Phil Spencer is really leaning into what he says. Like we're not competing in consoles no more. You know, last year in December, PlayStation PS5 is outsold Series X 2-1.
Oh.
Xbox might have had like 25 million sold. PlayStation had like 53.
Wow.
So they're like, yeah, we're not competing. We can't compete against these guys in terms of consoles. But just because Xbox is rumored and seeming to do this shit, they still got some kind of press conference or some kind of statement or something that they're going to come out and make at some point. So we'll really know what it is when that comes out. But even if that shit is going on, it doesn't mean that PlayStation can slack off. You know, and they've come out and said, like, you know, whether they do it or they don't do it, like, you know, at the developer level, we're not like competing, and that's not like a jab at them. That's just saying, like, any developer from anywhere on any platform, like, we're not competing with each other. We're just trying to make the best product possible.
Okay.
You know, and so like they're just going to continue to do what everybody's doing and continue to make the best product possible. So yeah, it's a very interesting time right now.
Yeah, definitely. So if they do like drop out of the console market, like what do they plan on doing with the Game Pass? Just putting it on anything like streaming it, just streaming only or something?
I mean, I would imagine that's the plan. I mean, that's kind of been the plan for them forever. I mean, they just because it's like I told you before. Xbox doesn't care that they don't make games. Like that's not their priority now. Now, granted, they got some bangers that's going to come out. Like I truly believe that Hellblade 2 is going to be a masterpiece. I truly believe that Avowed is going to be really dope. You know, but at the same time, it's like, okay, this is what we got, but this isn't like our focus. You know, what we want is that if you got a dope game that you're playing, we want to be able to develop and invent the technology that allows you to play that shit anywhere, regardless of platform.
Okay.
That's kind of like their ultimate goal right now. They just want everybody to play everywhere, anywhere, with anybody, no matter what that means. You know.
Okay.
So if they do exit the console market, it's still not going to matter because they're still going to be here. Like they might not be selling consoles no more, but that's why this shit has to work out a certain way for them, because now your platform is not surviving by the console sales anymore. It's not surviving by the revenue that you got from console sales and game and first party game sales and accessory sales and subscription sales. Like it's not surviving just because of that shit. Now it's just surviving because you were the big dog publisher on a lot of these third party games that are supposed to be coming out. and you're getting a hefty cut from every single one of those games that have been purchased.
Right.
And so if you're getting more money for that kind of stuff, then I would imagine in theory that, okay, now we've got all this excess. I mean, Microsoft already has a fucking grip on money. So like money's not really like the main thing here, but now we can allocate funds better to more specific spots of what we're trying to do here. So they want more people to be in the Game Pass. Now you got to put funds towards Game Pass and you got to ramp that shit up. It's dope how it is now, but it could be better. They see that it could be better. I see that it could be better. We got to put funds into that. How are we going to do that? Who the fuck knows? That's probably some insider secret shit that the public ain't aware of yet. But you can focus on that kind of stuff now. You can focus on if the people that do have your box, well, what incentives are these people getting now that they have a box instead of cats that just stream it off a TV or a Fire Stick or on their phone or whatever.
Right.
So like it's more about, okay, we're not in the console market no more, so let's allocate those funds that would have gone to the console market elsewhere to further bolster services that we already render to customers.
Okay.
That's just my thoughts though.
Yeah, it makes sense though. Definitely makes sense.
And then Nintendo is always going to be Nintendo. They're always going to do them. They don't necessarily need to have a dog in this fight because they're like Switzerland right now. They're goddamn neutral.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck. People, they have their fan base, and their fan base is unapologetically loyal to them.
Yes.
And the only thing that Nintendo needs to do better, in my opinion, is just when there's an actual sale, like a Thanksgiving sale or a Christmas sale or something like that, make it an actual fucking sale, man.
Those sales suck.
Yeah, I understand that everything is proprietary and shit, and that's what really kicked me in the ass, because I traded in some Switch games and they was talking about, oh, well, we'll give you $40 for it. What? $40? Like, are you like, that's the most I ever got for a fucking game?
Seriously, that's no joke.
Because it's fucking Nintendo, and everything on Nintendo, everything first party on Nintendo is legit. It's first party. It's proprietary to their platform.
Wow.
So its value holds.
Okay, man.
So yeah, I mean, Nintendo, they're sitting pretty, and I think they're always gonna sit pretty. I can't, because Microsoft joked about wanting to buy Nintendo, but I don't think Phil really joked. I think he really meant that shit. I do. I think he really meant that shit, because think about that shit. Look at what's going on now with them trying to be this super heavyweight third party publisher now. You imagine if they got Nintendo and made all that shit third party?
Oh, wow.
Can you see the fucking dollar signs in their eyes?
Yes.
Like, that's all that shit would have went towards.
Yep.
So it's a different tactic. It's a vastly different tactic than what PlayStation is doing. But at the end of the day, it still promotes competition.
Yeah.
It still promotes competition. Maybe my box don't sell as well as your box. But what if most of the third party shit people want to play on my platform?
Yeah.
Because for the longest time, PlayStation was, and that's why so many PlayStations sell, because even for third party shit, people prefer PlayStation. And when you're looking at the statistics of it, people prefer PlayStation for that kind of stuff. That's why there's so many boys that buy a PlayStation just for fucking Call of Duty and 2K. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's on PlayStation. That's it.
True.
So yeah, I mean, like, it's still promoting competition. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out, because like it's gonna take some years for it to fully play out and for you to start to see the ripples widening, the ripple effect of it.
Yeah.
But once it does happen, like I'm telling you, I'm gonna say by 2027, 2028, going into the 10th generation, shit's gonna be vastly different than it is now. Vastly different.
That's crazy to think about.
And to think about that we'd even get a 10th generation.
True.
Like, shit, let's keep it real. I grew up, in the span of games, period. I'm a relatively young cat, but I grew up in like the 4th generation.
Man.
Like that's the earliest I can remember actually sitting down playing. 5th is probably more accurate, but yeah, I mean,
Man, right.
to
Thinking
see
about the
that
fourth.
number doubled, oh man.
Wow.
Like
Wow.
you could only speculate at this point. I don't know. Maybe by that point, AKTVs will actually be worth a damn, but who knows?
Right.
Ooh, but yeah, shit. I don't even know. I don't even know how I'm gonna gain this power like this.
Oh, on the Granblue.
Yeah, I'm transitioning back to Granblue because there's just so much going on right now. Like even outside of like, there's a lot going on in Granblue. Even outside of Granblue, there's a bunch of shit going on.
It really is.
Like, oh my goodness, yeah, I don't even know how I'm supposed to. What is the fucking? What's the cap here? Because that's what I got to get to. That's the cap. So what's the cap? 5,000. That's the cap.
Have a nice day.
So I got one person at 5,000. How do I get the rest of these cats to 5,000?
It's so much, man. I don't know. The trees, the weapons, you can do those trees, upgrading the weapons themselves so it can be stronger. Like the sigils, like it's just so much.
Yeah, there's just so much, and it's like you can't just worry about one at a time. Like they all kind of work in conjunction with each other, at least a little bit, so that you get to that power level. Because if you tried to max them all out one after the other, you would never get anything done. Like just
Nope.
like yeah, you just wouldn't. And let's see, what else? I know I had another quest in here. Where did that one quest go? Yeah, this fucking lady, she got to be crazy. She want me to get 80 eternal snowflakes and 80 disasters.
I forgot about that mission because it's just so much. Like
Like,
what?
how the fuck I'm supposed to get that shit? I don't even know where to grind for this shit.
For real, that mission just man went one in one ear out the other after I saw that high number.
I saw that
almost forgot
shit.
about that.
Yeah, I saw that shit and laughed. I was just like, you're fucking crazy.
Wow.
I don't even know. Well, add them to the fucking wish list.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah, I
forgot all
don't.
about this lady.
I don't even know where I got the 4 eternal snowflakes I have and the 1 disaster that I have. That must have been story shit.
Wow, I don't have a single eternal snowflake. I don't know where you got that.
You don't got that? Oh shit, I got 4 of these bitches. I don't even know where I got them.
None, zero.
I don't know then. Yeah, I don't know. And all the bitch gonna give me. I need to know what Azurite Splendor is. I need to know what Silver Centrum is, cause something's telling me that shit is gonna be like, okay, cool. Like once I get it.
Right.
Like by the time I've done what you need to do to grind all these materials out, that shit's gonna be like, okay.
Like okay, I guess.
Yeah, like I already had like 100 of these things coming up to this point.
Oh shoot.
Oh boy, yes. And then trying to get the right sizzles is starting to get a little weird now.
Yep. And I got a big sigil. Like I got my biggest sigil so far. It's attack power 5.
Oh shit, you got a
And
5. Oof.
yep, just one. And man, that thing is so hard to level up. You need stuff I never seen before. You need a rainbow prism, flawless prisms. I got some of those. Cyclone orb, giant beak, green dragon scale, and legendary merit. I haven't seen like most of that.
I'm just sitting here shaking my head right now. Eyes is closed, shaking my head. Because I know that's all extreme shit.
Yep, it gotta be.
It's gotta be. Because it's not in very hard.
Nope. I know.
I just the more we sit here and talk about it, the more I'm trying to figure out like, okay, am I just gonna have to run one party until they get to like 100?
I kind of been doing that without really thinking about it.
Because like the more it sounds like, because look, these masteries are already expensive. They're already, who got the most? Siegfried got the most. And his offense, let's see. If I wanted to go all the way down, I unlocked very hard now, so I got even more of a fucking tree. I forgot about that.
Ooh, go down to the bottom of that. Watch what it says at the bottom of that tree.
Bro, what the fuck is Maniac?
What is Maniac?
Are you telling me there's a thing before Extreme?
Right, what is Maniac?
Oh my lord. Okay, I guess I should have expected it. If I went all the way down, but see, like they keep giving me sizzle slots, dude. Can you imagine having all the fucking sizzles you're gonna have?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just gonna equate sigils to fucking affinity now, because that's pretty much what it is. That's pretty much what it is. But yeah, if I was to go all the way to the bottom of Siegfried's right now, it would take me 4,110.
Yes, this stuff costs so much.
And that's just to develop a line that goes all the way down there. That's not even talking about the branching paths.
Right. That's just a straight shot.
How do you gain this many mastery points? Like there's gotta be something here that I'm not seeing that's gonna allow you to do this. Because if this is what this is, the Maniac one is only gonna be fucking crazier. The Extreme one is only gonna be fucking crazier. God forbid there's some fucking heavenly or legendary or exotic or fucking transcendental or whatever fucking tree after that. Like,
Yep.
oh my fucking God, man. This is just absolutely fucking insane.
It is. There's no other way to describe it.
Yeah. Like that, and that's what I told you when we was doing the demo. Like, this is MMO shit. Like, this is a light MMO shit. Because MMOs are like twice this.
Yep.
You know, 3 times, dare I say. Like, it just depends on the MMO. I know 14 has got like, cats will do this shit in 14 and be like, okay, I'm ready for the next grind. What?
That's crazy.
Like, huh? Like, I just don't get it. But yeah, I mean, this is like a light MMO, but it's still a lot. You know, I can't imagine seeing a lot of cats get mad far in this. Like, I feel like only the top 5%, if I'm being generous, like, will get like that far.
Yes. And do you know what's crazy? Yesterday, I was on, and I did a random online quest. I found out where the people are. Basically, if you do the random, like the quick quest, you can find people. But the quick quests also nerf you, so those are kind of harder.
Yeah, that was that nerfing that I saw dude talking about on Reddit. And
okay.
And if that's the case, then it's like, okay, but at the same time, now it nerfs you if you're like crazy overpowered, right? Right. So like, to me then, it don't make, like, other than like those little badges that you get, it don't make a whole lot of sense to do that shit, because you don't get to flex your power. You're just strong enough to deal with it. Like, you're at the cap, 4,000, 4,200, whatever. You're at the cap, and then you just fight. But those fights, like, still take a minute.
Yep. True.
You know, even at that level. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe they'll do something for like a quality of life thing, but then again, like I said, it's MMO, so like, I don't know if they'll nerf it hard like that. But I mean, just something that's not as egregious as that is gonna be.
Yeah, and I guess I could see the reason, because like if you got, because I had some newbies in there too, you know.
Sure.
It's like if you come in there and newbies doing the mission for the first time and you just one shot everything, it's kind of like, dang.
Right. Yeah, they don't really get to witness the fight, so you can be strong enough to handle them. But even them newbies, like, they might not understand how important these trees are, or getting different weapons or putting sigils and shit on. So, you know, they might be a certain level, just like I was saying before. They might be a certain level, but they not at the maximum power that they could be for that level, and so that's kind of hurting them.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, so like, I mean, I definitely understand why they do it. End of the day, it really just comes down to longevity, which this game has in fucking abundance. I'm not mad at the longevity. I'm just mad at the time it's gonna take.
Man, seriously.
That's literally it. Like everything else, like I like having a grind like this. I think that's why I got into Monster Hunter World so much, because like that game too is like after a while it's not mad hard to play that shit. You know, you get used to the
Yeah.
control scheme and you know what weapon you're going to use and you understand like what you're going to grind. So what weapons that you have to forge so you can have the weaknesses and everything like that kind of shit.
Hmm.
Like, it's easy. But once you really get into it, now I really need gems. Dude, gems are a 2% drop.
That's crazy.
Like, do you have the fucking endurance, determination, and the tenacity to do that shit?
Right.
You
To
know?
grind that out.
Now
Man.
don't get me wrong. I got mad lucky once. I got 3 gems out of one fight one time, and homeboy over on my right
Whoa.
was mad upset. I was hollering. He was super upset because while I'm sitting here getting 3 gems, he didn't get one.
Ooh, that's tough.
I was getting gems off of just regular like dismemberments off like tails and shit mid fight, not even after the fight.
Wow.
And he wasn't getting shit. He was fucking tilted. That's all I can say about that cat. But you know, some cats don't have the luck of the draw like that, because that's all RNG. I ain't even call it anything more than what it is. It's luck. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
luck.
yeah.
You know, but yeah, I mean, this game is just like that in a sense. You know, there's a lot you can do, but you don't have to do it.
Yeah, true.
The game technically ended when the credits rolled.
Yep, that's true.
You know, technically speaking here. But if you want to go even further than that, they welcome that shit with open arms.
Yep, they do.
But just like how I said in my video about fuck Stranger Paradise, if you're gonna play the end game, this is what you're about to be greeted with. If you're not ready for this shit, beat the game, delete that shit, get rid of that shit.
Yep.
Because you go any further deeper into this rabbit hole, it's gonna fucking take your life over. You're gonna be pissing in soda bottles. I'm telling you right now. It's just like there's a lot of content here, a lot of side content here, and like I like those games more. On top of that, that's another plus, because like I like a decent story, but side content is where it's at. That's where it's always been at for me.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
like nice side contact
and
content too.
yeah, and this game's got a lot of it. So you know, you could dip your toe in, but if you get burned, you better pull it out. That's all I got to say.
Yep.
Man,
Man.
yeah, I had a feeling. I had a feeling by the end of this game that I was gonna end up talking about this shit like this. And sure enough, I'm sitting here talking about this shit like this.
Yeah, man.
It's fucking nuts. Ain't that crazy?
Yep.